What does success really mean? Is it measured by the businesses we build, the investments we make, the professional milestones we achieve, or by what a success makes possible for other people? For Chief Barrister Obioma Success Akagburuonye, the answer appears to be found somewhere beyond the balance sheet. His journey from law and entrepreneurship into philanthropy, youth empowerment, and community development offers a story about turning professional achievements into opportunities, assistance, and support for people and communities. Before philanthropy became an important part of his public profile, there was a professional journey rooted in law. Akagburuonye studied law at Kogi State University, obtained his LLB and LLM degrees, proceeded to Nigerian Law School, and was called to the Nigerian bar in 2012. He later established O.S. Akagburuonye and Company, popularly known as Akarugo Chambers in Abuja. But his professional journey did not stop in legal practice. He moved into entrepreneurship with interests associated with property, hospitality, food and beverages, security, financial services, and other areas of enterprise. And that experience in business would become important to another dimension of his story: his approach to service and community intervention. There is a point when success can begin to mean more than personal advancement. The question changes from, what can I build for myself? To, what can what I have built make possible for someone else? That is where Obioma Akagburuonye Philanthropy enters the story. The initiatives associated with him cover several areas of human need: education, healthcare, youth training, humanitarian assistance, and community infrastructure. For a young person, that may mean learning a practical skill. For a student, it may mean educational assistance. For a family facing medical difficulties, it may mean access to healthcare. And for a community, it may mean infrastructure that improves everyday life. The focus, therefore, is not simply on giving, but on what that giving is intended to achieve. At the center of much of this work is Hope Rising for Imolites. The organization is associated with programs focused on youth empowerment, sustainable livelihoods, healthcare, education, and community support. Its programs include practical skills such as solar energy installation, inverter technology, CCTV installation, computer applications, and entrepreneurship. It also has a healthcare dimension, with activities described as including medical consultations, minor surgeries, and palliative support. A free medical outreach in Abombise local government area in 2024 is among the activities of the organization. What makes this approach significant is its breadth. Communities rarely have just one problem. A community may have young people who need skills, families requiring healthcare, students needing support, and households facing economic hardship. A broader intervention can therefore address several dimensions of community well-being at once. For many young Nigerians, academic qualifications remain important, but they are increasingly complemented by technical, vocational, digital, and entrepreneurial skills. The programs associated with Akagburuonye include training in areas such as solar installation, inverter technology, CCTV systems, computer applications, and entrepreneurship. These are practical skills that can potentially become employment opportunities or the foundation for small businesses. The report shows that more than 300,000 young people have benefited from empowerment initiatives associated with Hope Rising for Imolites and related organizations across Imo's local government areas. But beyond the number is the larger idea: giving young people capabilities they can continue to use after a program ends. Because empowerment becomes more meaningful when a person leaves with something they can build upon. Education forms another important part of the story. Scholarships and educational support can help students remain in school when financial pressures threaten their education, and the impacts may extend far beyond the immediate assistance. A student supported today could eventually become a professional, entrepreneur, employer, or contributor to community development. Healthcare presents another dimension. For a family already facing financial pressure, illness can quickly become an economic burden. Medical outreach and healthcare assistance can provide relief when people have limited alternatives. Other activities include support for widows, orphans, petty traders, and vulnerable families. These interventions may not solve the underlying causes of vulnerability, but they can provide immediate support while longer-term empowerment and development efforts continue. Philanthropy can also move beyond individuals to the physical environment in which people live. The Akagburuonye's community activities also includes rural electrification, boreholes, and support for community organizations. This is the broader meaning of Obioma Akagburuonye community development. A borehole can improve access to water. Electricity can affect education, commerce, and household activity. Community organizations can provide structures through which residents coordinate their development priorities. These interventions are significant because their potential benefits can continue long after the original assistance has been provided. There is, of course, one familiar way to measure success: businesses built, investments made, properties developed, and opportunities created. But there is another measure: the student who remains in school, the young person who acquires a useful skill, the family that receives medical assistance, the community that gains access to water or electricity. These outcomes may not appear on a balance sheet, but they represent another form of value. For Obioma Success Akagburuonye, the story presented through these professional and philanthropic activities is ultimately about what can happen when enterprise finds a larger purpose. From law to enterprise, from enterprise to service, and from service to people and community.
Nobody like you. Hey, you have done so much, Chukwuma. You have done so much, you have done so much, Narekele Jibia. You have done so much, hey, you have done so much for me. Hey, nothing is too hard for you. Narekele Jibia. You have done so much, hey, you have done so much, I know it to explain, Narekele Jibia, Onyene Chema, Agone Chema, Chukwuma, Narekele Jibia.
This is DSG Herald News. Thank you.